Hello and welcome, it's Phil here. I hope you've subscribed to the channel by now, but today I wanted to talk about first impressions. It's often said that people make up their mind whether they're going to buy your home or not within seconds of walking through the door or even arriving at the outside. I'm not absolutely certain that's always the case, but I do see it happening. While it's true that first impressions count and are important, there are also some myths out there as well. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you what really works to maximize that initial impact. It is always worth tidying up the front garden, clean, sweep your drive or your paths, paint the front door. A clean, fresh one makes your home kind of look cared for. If you need help to spruce up the place, there is a link below this that will help you get instant quotes from a range of skilled local tradespeople. Next, you need an honest friend to tell you this. How does your home smell? So somebody's walked in the door, what is their very first impression? I'm not sure about the old cliche of freshly baked bread and coffee selling a home, but tell you what, a bad smell can certainly put people off. You, of course, living in it, may be perfectly used to your pet or your household odours. In fact, you won't smell it. But somebody walking in the door for the very first time will smell it. Dog beds and cat litter smell. That's a fact. So open the windows, do whatever you can. On a viewing day, it's got to smell fresh and clean. While you love your pets, potential buyers may not. So I would also suggest taking the dog out for a walk and leaving the estate agent to show people around. Too often, I think property owners tend to concentrate on all the tiny details, but in my experience, buying decisions usually hinge on the much bigger picture. The agent will find it easier to allow viewers to absorb what they're looking at if you aren't there. Not being rude, but that is absolutely true. If buyers then decide to come back for a second viewing and start being more interested in the finer detail, then perhaps it's a good idea to meet them at that stage. Depersonalizing a property is something that's often recommended. I don't think it's always essential. However, it can help your home look less cluttered. You absolutely want to give a feeling of space, and if you've got lots of possessions, they can be distracting and they can end up making your home feel smaller. So by all means, depersonalize. Cut down on the amount of kids' toys spilling out of drawers and loads of family photographs on show and too much surface clutter. By all means, cut down on it where you can. It's worth thinking about shifting stuff into storage if necessary. Most of us sell houses when we run out of space. You don't want that to be perfectly clear and obvious. Cleaning, tidying up for viewings is obvious, stands to reason, but it needs to be said. Make the beds, draw back the curtains, throw open the windows. Believe it or not, people do like to flush toilets and check water pressure on a viewing, so make sure your baths and your sinks and your taps are given a good clean as well. This is your most valuable asset, so show it off in as better state as you possibly can. The whole place has to gleam and shine. Regardless of the time of year, make your outdoor space look as good as it possibly can. A good garden can be as valuable as an extra bedroom. So remove big toys like massive trampolines and slides, or at least move them to one side of the garden, because they really can dominate some places. I see it all the time. It's important, I think, to let people imagine your garden as an extension of the living space. So a few plants and flowers from the garden centre just for that viewing week can actually make a real difference, and in a very cost-effective way as well. Talking of spending to sell, I don't believe you need to invest thousands of pounds unless you're absolutely convinced it's going to increase the sale value of your home by much more than that. But what is worth doing is getting broken or damaged areas, fixed and fittings, and getting them fixed, getting the DIY dealt with, getting scuffed and tatty paintwork renewed, getting professional cleaners or gardeners to give the place a thorough once-over before you start marketing. That really can be money well spent. Just to remind you of that handy link below, which will help you get quotes for all of those little jobs. I hope this has been useful, and if it has, please give us a like and subscribe to any future episodes. There's plenty more to come. I would also love to know what makes a good first impression on you when you're house hunting. So do let us know. Maybe you've had some memorably good ones or indeed some memorably bad ones. Let me know in the comments below. As always, Thanks for watching, much appreciated.